Hello, everyone. It's me, Kirsten, and this is the It's Giving Mystical podcast. And this is your podcast for the week ahead, the week of April 17th. Okay, so Mars went direct, which was a big deal energetically last Thursday, the 9th. So, wondering how you're feeling differently coming into this next week, where in your body, like what's woken back up, noticing where Aries is in your chart, but also where Scorpio is in your chart is really helpful at this time. Just to have a sense of Aries is so important, but Mars rules both Aries and Scorpio. So, knowing what's happening in those houses of your chart, if you have those placements, how you're feeling, just noticing what Mars direct in Aries does to your body. Mars is our passion, our energy, our courage. It's all like our get up and go. And so the astrologers were excited, but I also feel excited. I feel like there's something. Kim Krantz, who I'm studying with a little bit right now, she always says something is taking its shape. And I think it's a quote from Hellman or something like that, but that's the way it feels. In that Eight of Wands week, what was that like for you? What communication was coming in? What was being launched? How was the translation? How did you feel yourself translated? How did the messages become more clear? How did they impact you? Just kind of taking stock of all of that. The 16th, 17th also astrologically seems to be an important moment. I don't think it's the most important moment. It looks dramatic on the chart because all of these planets are in Aries at the same time. There's something definitely taking its shape. So it's helpful to understand what that's activating in your chart. I'm a Taurus rising, so it's activating my 12th house. So that's going to be a very different experience than for someone who's hitting their first house or hitting really any other house, because the 12th house is such an unconscious place. But for me, I feel good. It feels like a liberation of some deeply held truths, some things that I knew were true or I've forgotten or I just pushed through to survive, coming into view in a way that helps me say, like, thank you for the lesson, thank you for the reminder, and also we don't live that way anymore. So hoping wherever you are, there's some movement that feels like life-giving, feels like validation or direction or clarity that you can actually feel land in your body. The card I pulled for us for the week of the 17th is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, we love aces, right? Aces are a gift from the universe. And when we're talking about Pentacles energy, we're talking about a real gift. We're talking about something physical. I remember teaching tarot once, and one of my friends, he said, he goes, the sensation I have is like it's sandy, like it might slip through your fingers. And that's a really important thing to note with the Ace of Pentacles in general, because aces are just that first hint, that first breath, or like that first spark. And you need to kind of fan the flame. So that maybe would be a little more relevant for Ace of Wands. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's like a seed. You need to nurture it. You need to give it light. You can't just put it on the counter and be like, good luck. It needs the soil, it needs the sunlight, it needs the water, it needs the attention. So whatever's coming into your life in this next week, treat it with care. Give it the love it deserves to watch it become full bloom. The other thing that came through, again, not normally with the Ace of Wands, but like the Ace I keep saying the Ace of Wands, so little this, a little that. But with the Ace of Pentacles here was the sense of don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And that keeps coming up this whole month. I keep getting that message, like, if people deserve the benefit of the doubt, give them the benefit of the doubt. If people are just spinning your wheels, driving you crazy, let that go, man. But if someone really is, just speaking a different language, just moving at a different pace, just has a little bit a different way about what matters to them, their boundary lines might be laid in a place that you don't quite understand. If you can give them the benefit of the doubt, please do, because there's something about this. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Taking a gift, a seed that you're handed by God, the universe, maybe via another person, maybe via a work opportunity, maybe via something with your body, like our money, our bodies, our space, people, like things we can touch, right? Pentacles is always going to be energy we can touch in the world. It's material. And that being offered to you, and you letting some other story or some trajectory fill in the blanks, I'm going to say it inappropriately. So you're jumping the gun and going 6 steps ahead versus just saying for a second, this too is a gift. There's something here for me. Again, next right step, man, next right step. So it's not, oh, I have a desire for this thing or I meet this thing. And now I need to clutch it and ride it all the way to the end of time. It's no, I meet this thing or I have this desire and I'm going to go one step closer. And the movement towards tells me everything. The movement towards tells me everything. Does the road continue to open? Does the map continue to unfold? Or is it this, I was meant to go this far and understand this, and now I'm turning in a different direction. Now I'm headed elsewhere. So we really want to take our impulses and trust them, trust that they're not always going to be a completely unfolded path. And there's something there for me. You don't want for no reason. You don't encounter for no reason. And that came up in the, was it the Six of Wands, that victory week? Pay attention to the subplots, dude. In April, you have these distracting headlines, and then you have all this other stuff happening. So notice in the world the distracting headlines, but notice in your own life. If I said to you what's happening in your life and you have your go-to one or two things, yeah, girl, yeah, man, what else? There's subplots. There's these side quest subplots coming up that are actually very rich with information. I have a friend who's helping my daughter find some work for the summer. I love that guy. Like, I've always loved that guy. He's one of my favorite people. He's just a good man. He makes me laugh. He's a good friend. And the way he's stepping in to help my daughter, my heart expands in 17 directions for him, because it makes me just adore him even more, but also because, oh my God, I forgot that I have friends who will step up in that way to care for my children too. And that is a whole thing in my system. Like, oh my God, right. You're not doing this on your own. I know I'm not, but sometimes it feels like it. Like, I'm not doing this on my own, and I have support, and I have support in the places I forget, or the places that are so unlikely. And this other thing happened with my brother. He also was helping my daughter with something. And I just could feel all this stuff healing in me because of the way these friends and family were taking care of my daughter. That's like a subplot. If you said to me, what's going on in your life, I would tell you 6 things. I wouldn't necessarily tell you about those conversations or those things that are shifting for my daughter, or those friendships, or my brother. Like, I wouldn't necessarily talk about that stuff. But yet there was something happening that week that was such a gift to me, such a gift to her, but also such a gift to me. And it's like, oh, right. And so there's the headlines get impacted by the way the ground is shifting in these subplots. All of that to say, someone, the pentacle you encounter, the ace you encounter, the new idea or feeling or connection you encounter, the new gift, the thing that someone offers you, it might not be the full-blown package. It might not be the whole puzzle fully formed. It might be just this key piece that you maybe didn't know you were looking for, that maybe you knew you were looking for. There's something about it that's, oh, this piece matters, this seed matters in my garden. There's something about this that's important. And I might not recognize the importance of it just yet, but I should please accept it with care and love and turn no gift aside kind of energy. And then also, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So if someone's offering you something, but it's not the thing maybe you thought you wanted, or it's not what the headlines say you should be looking for, just don't fill in the blanks around. Don't try to make meaning around it other than what it is. Let it be a seed. Let it be this piece of the puzzle. Let it be this one thing. And again, with this faith that something is taking a shape, something is coming together. A lot of the astrologers are saying that April is so intense, but also a moment to recalibrate, a moment to say, okay, catch my breath. What do I want the rest of this year to look like? Where's my attention and energy going to go this year? And there are things and people and places and ideas and opportunities coming online to help you like live that path, walk that path. So Ace of Pentacles, there's just something about it feeling a little unserious or a little playful or a little suspicious. It's kind of one of the words that comes to mind. And it comes in with this energy of a little bit too good to be true, a little bit, are you playing with me? A little bit, well, that's not what I thought I was looking for. A little bit like, is there a subplot here? Is there something I'm not seeing here? So there's just something about it that raises your attention. And we want to just lean into Gay Hendricks, lean into our guy, and just say, listen, if it feels good right now, can I stay with it another beat, another breath, another minute? And can I trust myself to stay with it until it's not the thing to stay with anymore, until it's not the thing that deserves my energy anymore. So there's something really interesting about that. Yeah, there's just something about this that you can't, there's some dot you can't connect, or something about it that feels like I'm not seeing the whole picture. And instead of letting that make you afraid, let that make you excited. Let yourself be excited about the fact that something is taking its shape, something is coming together, and I can just hold this one piece and be pleased with this one piece, knowing that if one piece is coming, more pieces are coming. If this seed was handed to me, there's a reason why. And again, not to ride it all the way into the sunset, but just to be with whatever the opportunity is right here, right now. Ace of Pentacles is beautiful energy. It's a gift. We don't look it in the mouth and we don't discard it because it's not the gift we were expecting. There's something about gratitude and interest and curiosity about why this gift, why this seed, why this connection, why this impact, why this manifestation. What might be here for me to discover and learn and, yeah, just enjoy. Maybe just simply enjoy. Okay, so that's your Ace of Pentacles week. Don't forget we're in this Emperor moment. Don't forget we're in this Temperance moment. Don't forget that we're trying to negotiate something. There's some kind of alchemical shift happening in our material plane. And so again, like that Ace of Pentacles, it might come in as something, I've seen this before. And yet, have you? Have you been here before? I bet you haven't. I bet in some way you haven't. And you are not the same person that might have met that in the past. And so what does this version of you do with that, this new energy, this new gift? All right. Check you later. Take good care. Bye.